Inspiration, the process of drawing in of fresh air into lungs for gaseous exchange. So it's an active process performed by the contraction of diaphragm and external intercostal muscles. Expiration, releasing of carbon dioxide from body to outside of the atmosphere. During inspiration, diaphragm is pulled down. This causes the intercostal muscles to lift up the ribs and sternum, thus expanding the rib cage. So due to this, thoracic cavity volume increase and lungs are stressed, intrapulmonary volume increase. So high pressure outside of the atmosphere and low pressure inside the lungs. So that's why the air move inside the lungs. And due to high pressure inside the lungs, and expiration process is just opposite of inspiration. So during expiration process, diaphragm and intercostal muscles are relaxed. This returns the thoracic cavity into their original volume and increases the air pressure inside the lungs. So at the air pressure is higher inside the lungs than low in the atmosphere. So air of lungs is released from higher pressure to low pressure. In expiration, when thoracic cavity volume decreases, elastic lungs recoil passively, intrapulmonary volume decreases. So intrapulmonary pressure rises to +1 mmHg. Air flows out of lungs down its pressure gradient until intrapulmonary pressure is 0. So this is expiration. So breathing completed in 2 steps. One is inspiration and second is expiration. So this is the mechanism of breathing. Now we are going to talk about respiratory volumes and respiratory capacities. So respiratory volume and respiratory capacities and their explanations. What are these? Inhaled air, exhaled airs. After this, how can these influence the spirometry? The volume of gases within the contains lungs. The volume of gases contains within the lungs is called as respiratory volume, and different combinations of respiratory volumes within the lungs is called as respiratory capacity. The volume of air expired and inspired by the lungs can be estimated by using procedure is called spirometry. So now let's discuss about the respiratory volumes. The volume of air inspired and expired during normal breathing without any efforts is called as tidal volume. A healthy man expired and inspired total 6,000 to 8,000 milliliter of gas in 1 minute. So tidal volume of an adult man is 6,000 to 8,000 ml. Inspiratory reserve volume is additional volume of air. A person can inspire by a forcible inspiration. This is average 2,500 ml to 3,000 ml.
Liters.
It's the additional volume of air a person can expire by a forcible expiration. This average is 1000 to 1100 ml. 1000 to 1100 ml. Volume of air remaining in the lungs even after forcible expiration. This average is 1100 ml to 1200 ml. So it is called as residual volume. By adding up a few respiratory volumes described above, one can derive various pulmonary capacities which can be used in clinical diagnosis. Total volume of air person can inspire after a normal expiration. This includes tidal volume and inspiratory reserve volume, TB plus IRV, so it is called as inspiratory capacity. Total volume of air a person can expire after a normal expiration. This includes tidal volume and expiratory reserve volume, TB plus ERV. So it is called as expiratory capacity. So volume of air that will remain in the lungs after a normal expiration. This is called functional residual capacity. It's included ERV plus RV. ERV means expiratory reserve volume and RV means residual volume. The maximum volume of air is air a person can breathe in after a forced expiration. This includes ERV, TV and IRV, or the maximum volume of air person can breathe out after a forced inspiration is called vital capacity. It includes tidal volume, inspiratory reserve volume and expiratory reserve volume. So it's about 3 liters. So friends, just look the pics about total lung capacity. TB plus IRB plus ERB plus RV is equal to total lung capacity. Mean to say that here total volume of air accommodated in the lungs at the end of the forced inspiration. So this is called total lung capacity. This includes RV, ERV, TV and IRV or vital capacity plus residual volume. So just to look the swimmers, long distance running, cyclists, other athletes, they can increase their lungs capacity through the regular exercise. How does exchange of gases takes place? So now and this section, exchange of gas, takes place in the next video we are talking. So look the beautiful diagrams. We are going to discuss about exchange of gases with the help of very beautiful or very lucrative diagrams. So dear friends, in this video we know about the breathing mechanism and respiratory volumes and respiratory capacities. So in next sections on the next video we are talking about exchange of gases. So hope you enjoy the video. And dear students, if you have not subscribed my this channel Nature's Classes, so please subscribe it.